weekend. I'm Pat Gallagher in for Gabby Parsons, who's in for me. It's a confusing weekend with everyone taking their vacations, but I wanted to step back in because I brought a special guest along with me, or guests, I should say, along with me. DeltaRae is playing the Triple M birthday party tonight at the High Noon Saloon. It gets underway at 8 o'clock this evening. Still a few tickets available for that one, but get there early. Get yourself a good seat because it's going to be a great, great show. Welcome to Madison, guys. This is your first time in Madison, right?
Sure. Yeah, so much.
There's like 6 of you here. Can we do quick introductions and then have you play a song for us?
Yeah, absolutely. My name's Eric.
I'm Brittany. I'm Liz.
I'm Ian. I'm Grant.
I'm Mike.
I want to talk to you a little bit, but I want to hear you guys play something first because you got all your instruments and you look like you're ready to go. So you want to play a song for us?
Absolutely.
It's DeltaRae live on 105.5 Triple M. DeltaRae live in the studio on 105.5 Triple M, If I Loved You. So much I want to say just about that song alone. First of all, I love the twist on the traditional love song. With that, lyrically, it's a great twist on
Thank
a
you
love
very
song.
much.
I really like that a lot. Secondly, the harmonies are amazing on that song and pretty much everything you guys do. And I find that a lot with family bands, and three of you are siblings, so that's probably where that at least starts to come from. But the other thing we find with family bands is there's a lot of infighting. I mean, think about the Kinks, think about the Beach Boys, think about Oasis and some of the other bands that have featured family members. You guys get along when you're out on the road all the time together?
It's almost a day-to-day, hour-to-hour thing, honestly.
Certainly not all the time, but I would say quite often. We are on great terms with one another and trying, to have fun and be ourselves, but also there's a degree to which we all recognize that this is our livelihood and our profession and we want it to last forever, and so, things that would be petty sibling fights get resolved much more easily now that we work together.
Yeah, those petty things never linger.
No, yeah, never.
That's right.
You should see the looks on their faces. The other thing I want to talk to you about that particular song is Lindsey Buckingham plays on that song on the record.
Yeah.
He's not here in the studio with us now, but he plays on the record with you guys. How did that come to be?
It was a wild story because we didn't really, we haven't met Lindsey, but we showed up to our producer's house. The producer who did If I Loved You is an amazing guy named Rob Cavallo. And we showed up to his house, meeting him for the first time.
We had been working cross-country to sort of build this song, rebuild it from the album version into something new. So we've been going back and forth a lot, and we're really excited to finally be in person and able to work on it with Rob.
Yeah, and we were retracking the vocals. So we wind up in Rob's studio, and one of the first things he says to us is, "What, guys, did you tell him about the guest on the track?" And his assistants were like, "Oh no, we wanted to wait to let him know." And he's like, "Okay, well, I don't know if you guys have heard of Fleetwood Mac, but I'm really good friends with the guys in the band, and Lindsey was over here the other day, and he was playing him some of the stuff that I'm working on, and he really dug the track, and so he picked up this 12-string guitar called a Griffin and started playing along, and I said, Lindsey, that sounds really good, why don't we lay it down?" And so just the whole premise that somebody had Lindsey Buckingham casually hanging out at their house and then picked up a guitar and started playing something was pretty...
Happens every weekend.
Yeah, exactly. So, we were pretty blown away, and yeah, I mean, it's interesting because on the one hand, it's just the incredible fact of having a hero play on.
I was just going to say, you guys are big Fleetwood Mac fans to begin with, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, they're one of the real models to look to say, okay, this is how it's successfully done with multiple lead singers and variety of songwriting, and so they've been an incredibly inspirational band for us. And but the other part of it, beyond having a hero playing on a track, is just that here's this incredible guitarist and songwriter, and he's just such a sensitive player. And that's really what, there's just magic about the whole thing because he
you don't often think, or you don't always think about what an amazing player he is, because so much of it is softer and more subtle.
That's right.
And then when you really listen to what Lindsey Buckingham's doing, it's pretty amazing stuff.
It's unbelievable.
We are talking with the folks in DeltaRae who are playing tonight at the Triple M birthday party. 8 o'clock is when the doors open for that at the High Noon Saloon. Carry the Fire, the name of the album that comes from. I should mention that so everyone goes out and buys that, and I assume you'll have some copies along with you tonight to sell.
We absolutely will.
Good. So come out and bring a few extra bucks along because you're not paying much to get in the door. You guys have had some really cool things happen to you just recently. You got to play at Bonnaroo. You got to play at the Grand Old Opry.
Yes.
That had to be cool as well.
So cool.
The butterflies were so serious that
Was
night.
one or the other a bigger deal for you?
I would say the Grand Old Opry was, Bonnaroo was amazing, but we found out about the Grand Old Opry about 3 days before, and it's one of those things where you get in the building and the energy and the history just is vibrating off the walls, like you can feel it. And it was the biggest crowd we'd ever played to indoors, I think. And so to have all of those people and all of their energy contained in this historic place, it just was sort of mind-blowing.
It's also really incredible because when you're backstage about to go on, they're broadcasting the show to all the dressing rooms, so you're seeing it. I mean, if you watch it, you're sort of like, oh man, that's the show, and then you realize, oh man, I'm about to be on the show, and it's
I'm here.
It's a very surreal experience. Yeah, it was a trip.
You said the biggest show you've ever played indoors. You guys have gotten this amazing reputation over the last couple of years as a festival band. You're blowing everyone away at festivals all over the place, including Bonnaroo.
Thank you.
And it's this live show. Can you describe what you do live that's different than what you're doing right here in the studio? Is it worth trying to describe, or you just have to come out and see the show?
I think there's a degree to which you have to come and see the show, but you know, when we're live at a festival, we've got, you know, full drum kit and a number of sort of different auxiliary percussion things that are going on. And
Which you've become known for, the auxiliary percussion things.
yeah, we've got a trash can and a big bass drum, and they're sort of our
Chains.
hallmark. Yeah, but you know, I think that we just really feed off of each other's energy, and I have to say that the last, you know, this summer of festivals has been really incredible. I mean, you know, we kicked off the festival season with a big variety. We played Hangout Fest in Gulf Shores, and we played Merle Fest in Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Very different festival feelings, but such incredible audiences, and you know, just the energy that has been sort of pouring out from the audience towards us, whether it was, you know, 11 o'clock in the morning or late at night, has been really amazing, and we feed off of that. And so I'm glad to hear it means something to the fans, because it really means a lot to us.
I'm talking with DeltaRae, who plays the Triple M birthday party tonight at the Hinding Saloon, 8 o'clock showtime for that one. I said several cool things have happened to you recently. Your song was featured on So You Think You Can Dance.
Oh yeah.
How'd that happen? And what was it
guess-
like to sit there and watch TV and watch them dancing to your song?
It's very surreal, and I don't even know how that sort of thing happens. I think it may have been the choreographer's decision. And Sonia, yeah, she's an amazing choreographer and dancer, and I think she gravitates to songs sort of like Bottom of the River, just very rhythmic and dark, and I don't know. We were surprised.
I was just going to say, you know, you asked about how it was watching it on TV, but we were actually on the way to Nashville in the van at the point at which it
To go to the Grand Old Opry.
So we just got a very long text message video from a friend, and we all sort of gathered around and watched it, and it was unbelievable. I mean, it's so cool. It brings the song to a whole second life for you as the person who created it, because here it is now being embodied by somebody else and really owned by somebody else, and it's just incredibly gratifying. I mean, it's really awesome.
And it's had a couple incarnations like this. It was on the Southland promo on, what was it?
On TNT.
TNT. And then True Blood, HBO's show True Blood, on their promo for this season. And then have it be on So You Think You Can Dance. It's just cool to watch all of these little pockets of people get exposed to the song, and you know, then we see on the video, oh my gosh, I finally found this song, I love it, and it's just very rewarding, because you know that people are taking the extra time and effort to say, I heard a great song, let me go find it, because I want to listen to it over and over again. So it's exciting.
DeltaRae playing tonight at the Triple M birthday party. 8 o'clock is when the doors open at the Hinding Saloon. Still a few tickets available for that one. Come on out and dance to DeltaRae's music.
That's right.
It's music worth dancing to. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today and talking
So
about
our
some
pleasure.
music
Thanks for
playing
having
us.
us.
Can't wait for the show tonight.
Same here.
Again.
So